What's up, guys? Today I have something special. So today's video is on this glam here, but I have a surprise at the end of the video on how I do this hair. I don't know why it's a surprise, but it's a little trick that I like to do when I don't feel like doing my hair. And no one can really tell, which is amazing. So if you want to see how to achieve this look, then let's get into it. Alright, looking a hot mess, but that's okay because we're about to look great. And to start off, I am using the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. Brows, I'm using the NYX Precision Brow Pencil in Espresso. To make my eyebrows look a little bit more defined and clean, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in Medium Peach. To prime my eyes, I'm using the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base. For this look, I'm using the ColourPop Fortune palette, and the first color that I'm going in with is called Ben, and I'm just applying that into my crease. The next color I'm going in with is called Trove, and I'm going to be applying that on the outer corner and also my crease. I like to pat the product on, and then I kind of do like circular motions or windshield wiper motions. I go back in with Trove and I just apply more just to build up that color into my crease and also the outer corner. You'll just see a lot in this video of me just applying more color and just blend. With a flat shadow brush, I'm using the color 500, and you'll see that I didn't like the way that the color was looking. I wanted something a little bit darker, so I went in with Strike It, but it just wasn't working for me. It was looking a little patchy, so you'll see that I ended up going with another palette and just making it look darker. Yeah, it wasn't working for me. And then I go in with Miser. It's a beautiful shimmery color, and I apply that on my lid with my finger just because it applied better with my finger instead of a brush. With the Friendcation palette by Dose of Colors, I'm going to take the color Cheens and I'm going to apply that on just the outer corner. So I'm going to be using like tapping motions and also like swiping back and forth motions just to apply that color. I wanted to use the ColourPop palette only because it's something that's like cheap and affordable that anyone can buy, but the color just wasn't working, so that's why I had to go in with this palette. But if you have, you know, another palette that has like a dark brown, go right ahead and use that. Now I'm going to use the Maybelline Eye Studio eyeliner in black. And I'm not doing like a super wing liner. I just want to do just a liner just to help camouflage my lashes and also bring some darkness to this look. After applying the eyeliner and also doing the other eye, I went back in and I applied more of that Cheens color. I'm just going in and blending out and adding more color as I go. Going back in with the ColourPop palette and Trove, I'm going to just apply some of that in my crease a little bit more. With eyeshadow, it does get a little bit repetitive because you're blending and you're adding more color depending on your preference and what you like and what you see. So that's basically like what I'm doing. Now I'm just applying some mascara. You can use whatever mascara you like. I like to use the L'Oreal Carbon Black. For lashes, I'm using the Ardell Wispies, and I'm going to be cutting off the ends because they are a little bit long for my eyes. So I like to use these long tweezers to apply them. You can use regular tweezers if you like, just be very careful so you don't poke your eye. And what I like to do too, using the tweezers, I like to squeeze the eyelashes to my lashes. And I'll also use my finger to like move it around, and I also like to squeeze them with my fingers just so I make sure that they're like very close to my lashes. For primer, I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You'll see by my face, I was not expecting the texture of it. And I definitely didn't read the back where it said sheer, because that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like sheer. So, yeah, I mean, it stayed pretty well with the makeup. I didn't really set my under eyes like heavy like I normally do, only because I used a pressed powder. But I definitely want to try this primer when I set my face, like how I always do with powders. So now I'm going to go on with the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. This is super lightweight. You'll see by my face, I was like, the color was like, girl, what are you doing? But it ended up matching. But I like how lightweight it felt on my skin, and it made me look like glowy, and I love that. It also has SPF in it, so that's really good, especially when you're outside. I definitely want to try this when I'm out and about and see how it looks. I really only just wore this for the video, and that was it. Also, this is in the color 220 Natural Beige. So first I'm going to color correct with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Peach Corrector. Let me tell you guys, I forgot how good these concealers were. Like, I had a Peach Corrector, but I got a new bottle because, I mean, mine was old. Like, girl, what are you doing? But I like to try, like, other things. But I went back to this and I fell in love again. And it's cheap. So that's a plus. So now I'm going to conceal using the Light Ivory shade. So I do want to say, because I am using a lot of concealer to most people, you don't have to put this much concealer on. It's definitely all preference, so you use as much as you like. So I'm using the Oaks on You and Call Me Maple Cream Contour Sticks by Wet n Wild. I love these. They are so good. I like to use them if I don't wear any foundation and I just want to put some concealer on. I'll use these, or like something like this where I want to be a little bit more dramatic, but I don't do this every day. But it goes on so like smoothly. I know like there's other products that like, I don't know, it just doesn't blend very well, but these blend very, very well. So now I'm using the Call Me Maple color. This is a little bit darker than the Oaks on You. And I'm just like patting it in and also like swiping it back and forth. I don't know how to call these motions. But yeah, so I'm just like stippling it on, I guess. And just kind of blending it to the other color. I wanted it to be a little bit more darker and tan, so that's why I added this color. totally optional, and depending on your skin tone, which color works better for you. Now I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and just blend everything together. I'm also going to go on the side of my nose to make sure the concealer isn't setting all weird. And then I'm just lining up that contour just to make it a little bit sharper. Now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Translucent powder. I'm using the Beauty Blender first just to pack it on, and then I'm going to use the brush just to apply a little bit more. This is where I said where I didn't feel like I seen the true potential of the primer. So I definitely have to try it again, because normally I would use like another powder and I would really like bake it under my eyes just so everything like soaks up. So yeah, I didn't see the true potential of the primer, but I'll definitely try it again. But I also didn't mind a little glow, so it just depends on your preference. So I'm being a little extra with this step. You definitely don't need to do this step, but I'm me, so I'm doing it. So I'm just using this palette from e.l.f. in the color Light Medium. This is the contour palette, and I'm just setting that bronzer. You definitely don't have to do this. Like I said, you could just use a translucent, but I'm extra sometimes, so I'm using it. So I do want to say this is not my normal like bronzer. I don't really use this. You'll see in my face that like on camera you can't really tell, but it was like a lot in person. So I definitely had to blend this out. Really, Amanda, you're losing your mind. I definitely had to blend it out just so it didn't look so like harsh. Now I'm using a big powder brush and I'm just going to blend out my contour so it blends flawlessly into everything else. So now I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter in Malted Gold or Fondue. Wait, why does it say or Fondue? That's so weird. Anyway, I'm just applying a little bit of that on my cheekbone area and then above my eyebrows, my chin, and my nose. Going back in with the palette, I'm going in with Trove and an eyeshadow brush, and I'm applying that to the lower lash line. With the same brush, I'm going in with Cheens, and I'm also applying that on the lower lash line, more focusing towards the ends, and then whatever's left on the brush, that I move it towards the inner corner. So I couldn't find a black eyeliner pencil that I have here in my collection, so I did go in with the Maybelline Eye Studio eyeliner. Look, be very careful. Don't be like me. Use a pencil if you need to, but I didn't have one, so I went with this one. And then I take another brush and I just help blend out the waterline just so it makes it look a little bit more smoky. And to smoke it out, I'm using the Morphe M515 brush. I'm sorry, I just realized that I did not say what brushes I was using, but they're all Morphe brushes. I'll leave the brushes down below. Yeah, sorry about that. Lining my lips, I'm using the NYX lip liner. I can't see what the name is because I sharpened it down so much, but there is a number that says 855 if that helps. Then I'm going to be using the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Lipstick in Loyalist. And I do have to say that I love this combo together. It's probably like my new favorite right now. Ugh, my hair. Why did I damage you so much? Why did I want to be blonde so badly? I loved it though. But, you know, you gotta take care of your hair sometimes. So I'm just parting out the front part. And also you can pick what side you want your part on. I'm doing a side part today. And I'm just going to braid my hair. I'm not parting it in the back or anything like that. I'm really just grabbing from the sides to just do a regular like braid. And then I'm just going to use a rubber band and tie the bottom. Then I'm going to go on to the other side and do the same thing. Now I'm going to take the braid and I'm going to push it over to the opposite side, and I'm taking a bobby pin and I'm facing it downwards just to make sure that it stays in place. She is looking fabulous! Just kidding, not there yet. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first start off on the bottom. These do have like combs on the side and the back, so I'm basically just putting it on, and then I'm going to take the comb and kind of like dig it into my hair so it doesn't move. But first you want to move the hair around and see where you want to place it and where you like it, and you'll see me like moving it around. And I also like blend my hair with it. Yeah, so it's better like if you just watch it instead of me explaining. It's very hard for me to explain. Like for me, I'm a visual person, so like me watching it, I can kind of understand it. Using the same foundation that I used on my face today, I'm going to apply that onto the lace where the part is, just so it blends in better with my own, what is that, scalp? Duh. And now I'm just pinning it in the back just for style. It was the look that I was going for. I wanted it to look like more romantic, you know. Look at the length on this. Yes. So this is the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you know when I upload my next video. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios!